Alright, here we are in match 1, game 1. I would certainly like to play first. Don't think this hand is really what we want. We do have some early interaction though, and the collar, so I think I will go ahead and keep it. Probably not the best keep, but I don't really like to mulligan, and I have lands and spells. My opponent has also gone to 6, so let's just lead off with the plains. Alright, playing against a black deck. Man, I love the lands from this set. Alright, that makes me feel good about this keep now. Let's go... So we could go ahead and play the sparring collar. Oh, that means, yeah, I guess we're going to go ahead and do that, because I want to cast the Arcbound Crusher and Arcbound Bruiser on time. Also, not really doing anything else with my mana. Seems bad. Okay, that's probably not good for me. Add 1 mana any color. Alright, so just a ramper. A good ramper. Wish I had a ramper. Oh, but I can go ahead and arrest it. That doesn't seem bad, especially since I have the Stasis Cocoon. And I'm not really doing anything else with my mana this turn, so... And also, I don't much like the idea of my opponent being able to create red and white mana here. So next turn I can go ahead and play the Arcbound Crusher, turn after that play the Arcbound Bruiser, and then we'll be in the game, so to speak. My opponent could just blow up one of them, I'm sure he will. Full Shock War Boar. Don't really want to sack this Sparring Collar. So let's go ahead and play the Crusher. Ooh, I just realized I cannot play the Bruiser unless I draw another land. But that should be okay. My opponent can't block. So kind of hoping I draw a land next turn so I can go ahead and play my Bruiser. My opponent is playing a green ramp deck. So, come on. Okay, that's not horrible. Actually, let's tap. No, because I won't be able to instantly equip, I guess, if I want to. Let's go ahead and always yield there. Let's equip it. Oh, it's only one to equip. Okay, didn't realize that. So now I can play the boar. I don't know. Both my creatures have evasion, so probably don't want to play the boar quite yet. Probably going to play the boar actually. So yeah, play the boar, sack the Arcbound Stinger, put a 1/1 counter onto my Arcbound Crusher. That doesn't seem bad. Alternatively, if my opponent plays something with pro artifacts, I suppose I could. Okay, I'm not too worried about that. Awesome. We draw a land. That makes me want to go ahead and play the Bruiser here. Swing for 3. So now I can sack the Arcbound Bruiser. Oh my god, does that first strike. My opponent might be planning something here. But fortunately, modular means I will be able to put my counters on something else. Probably the Arcbound Stinger. Alright, yeah, that's a-okay. Like a 4/4 flyer. I also like my opponent's losing a life every time one of us casts a spell. That's not good for him. A wrench mine would certainly get me good here. My opponent has yet to play an artifact, actually. So perhaps Stasis Cocoon is coming out. No, there we go. Definitely gonna Stasis Cocoon that. Eternal Witness back, Echoing Truth, I suppose? Oh, that one, okay. Alright, so this is going to be a pretty sweet turn. Let's go ahead and attack, as I can move that over at instant speed. Alright. So things have come together this game well for me. Although my opponent still does have 4 cards in hand. But, alas, he is unable to deal with my modular beats. Is there anything I would prefer to have? I don't think so. I think that this is fine. I'm glad that went well. Despite sort of a sketchy keep on my part, where we were able to draw into what we needed, and my opponent didn't have any removal, and I was flush with removal, as well as some big evasive threats, which is sort of the plan that I had in my head when I was trying to throw together this pile, so could have gone much worse. Sure, my opponent will be on the play here. This hand seems very good. It has 1 drops, 2 drops, ramp, removal that is relevant to my opponent's deck, I should say, as well. And there's an arrest. I like that. Let's go ahead and play our Glaive Master, who unfortunately may just be a 1/1 most of this game. I do like top decking into that arrest. Alright, that's not a big deal. I could go ahead and purge that. I think I will. So I don't be taking 3 every turn. Now I can get in for 1. A little sneak in for 1 here. I'm going to play a gold mirror next turn. I'd like to draw into a land. Ooh, so another quasi-death touch creature. A little better though, actually, right? Yeah, because it just has to block or become blocked. But I can afford to take 1 damage here. I very much doubt my opponent will attack me. Yeah. Nothing from my opponent. Okay, cool, red source. So now I have 4 mana. But I think, as long as my opponent's not doing anything, I'm just going to go ahead and play my gold mirror and pass. That way I can play my Arcbound Bruiser next turn. Or my Arrest, depending on what my opponent does. Although I would hate to arrest this Tangle Asp. I'd much rather draw into an evasive creature. Just play the waiting game, draw into an evasive creature. Yeah, I don't really care about Blind Creeper too much. Yeah, let's see. I have 6 mana. So I could Arrest and play Cart Clan Grunt. I think that's what I'm going to do. I want to keep being aggressive. I can Arrest the Tangle Asp, and then attack. Maybe trade my Glaive Master. Definitely don't want to have to deal with that guy. Although I doubt my opponent will block here. That might be a little silly. And my opponent really can't attack into me, as I can sacrifice an artifact to my Cart Clan Grunt and block the Blind Creeper. If he's doing this, that makes me feel like there might be an Echoing Courage in my... Oh, it's never a player cast a spell, so Echoing Courage really gives it +1/+1. But you know what? I think I'll just go ahead and take 3. You know, I'm at a healthy 20 life. I would rather take 3 than lose my creature at this juncture. Alright, that's pretty good. Now let's be smart about this. Oh, I do need double red to cast it. Okay. So that copper thing is going to be a bit of a problem. So let's see. I could attack. It'll go to 6. 5. Yeah, this guy's sort of outlived its usefulness. Then I can tap this for 4. Yeah, my opponent... Yeah, this should be fine. Because he can't really block the Cart Clan Grunt here, effectively. Well, not the best attack, but I was hoping to bait him into blocking the Cart Clan Grunt. So I can make this one less. I'm going to be playing the Arcbound Stinger and 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. If I draw a land, I can play the Bruiser and the Stinger, which will be good. What is this? Oh man, my opponent is probably just going to outclass my creatures here pretty soon. Okay, so that's a land. So that means Arcbound Stinger. Bound Bruiser. Swing for 2. Right, my opponent does nothing. So now I can double block the Copper Remover to kill it, or alternatively I could just block with Bruiser. That seems fine to me. Block with Bruiser. Put the counters here. Unfortunately, cannot alpha my opponent quite yet. Okay, Stasis Cocoon. I like that. So now I will attack with these 3. I can give Cart Clan Grunt plus 3, so that's 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. 12 damage. Probably just going to sacrifice my land here. I have 2 blockers for the next turn. Alright, yeah, sure. Terror away. It does hurt me, of course. Why? Oh, it starts as a 4/4. I have 5 untapped permanents. Okay. Yeah, I'm going to have to block both of those. Well, actually, I'll just block this one for now. My opponent would have to have exactly double Echoing Courage to win on the spot here. And since my opponent cannot block, I think this gives me the biggest chance of being able to win next turn. Let's see, he plays Tornado Elemental. Yeah. I think this game is pretty much over now. My opponent has all the sweet green cards I was passing. Yeah, let's go ahead and concede this game. Now I know not to be so aggressive with my cards there. I think I actually want to play Roar the Ka. Got a gold mirror, because that didn't do me so well last game. I think Roar the Ka will be pretty good against my opponent as a combat trick. Since I could, untap all my creatures. Well, no, it doesn't help against that enormous boar. But we shall see what happens. I definitely think my opponent's deck is much better than mine. I would love to play all those sweet green creatures. Green does seem fairly powerful in this format. A lot of the green creatures have pro artifacts, are big. Oh yes, I will be on the play. Ugh, this hand, I want to keep it. I really do. But no, not enough land. Yeah, this is better. Not much better, but it does have some removal. And it has 3 lands. If that other hand had even just 1 more red, I would have easily kept it. Oh, I was going to say, is my opponent not going to do anything on his first turn? So I'd be thrilled. Yeah, don't see this. I'm gonna have to draw pretty well to get out of this, I think. Ancient Den, not horrible. So I can rest something or Echoing Ruin. If we're playing the waiting game, though, I fear my opponent will quickly pull ahead. Yeah, drawing 2 lands in a row, not the most helpful. Still better than uncastable spells, I suppose. Alright, do I care about this? 2/2? Not quite. So, not so much, as I do have the Ogre Leadfoot coming. I'll probably take 4 damage off of it. But since the Leadfoot's coming up, I'll take 2 damage since the Leadfoot's coming down next turn. If my opponent has a Terror, I guess boo, but not really a whole lot I can do there. So now, yeah, I'm just going to have to, I'll just take 3 from that, draw Golem before I Echoing Ruin it next turn, but I think I'd rather go ahead and play a creature of my own here. Amazingly, I think I only have 5 or 6 white sources in the deck, so you have to figure I'm going to stop drawing planes soon. Yeah, I will take 3 from your Golem, and then I will Echoing Ruin him. Alright, Roar the Ka. Could be worse. Planes. Let's get rid of your Golem. Costs 4 to entwine. Yeah. Need to draw some creatures fairly bad here. Or another red source would have been nice, I suppose. What is this? Destroy target land. Ooh, a little brutal, but if I were my opponent, I think I would have attacked first. Now he has no combat. Oh, well, we draw onto another mountain, so yay. Let's go and play our Cart Clan Grunt. I think I will attack with the Ogre Leadfoot, as Roar the Ka would trade with both of his creatures here. Or you can choose to take 3. Yeah, okay. With the Arrest in my hand, I'm starting to feel a little bit more confident about this game. Well, I simply do not need all this mana. So let's float a white. Sack an artifact. Yeah, no free beats here today. The Echo encourages, it'll only give it +1. He can Terror. Yeah, sure. I am glad to get the Terror out of his hand. Thank you, Cart Clan Grunt. Wow. Okay. That's not ideal. If I swing 3, my opponent, well, I can Roar the Ka to get rid of one of his creatures. It would be much better if I had more creatures, though. My opponent has 3 cards in hand. And let's go ahead and do it. Roar the Ka to trade for one of his creatures seems pretty good at the moment. probably the blind creeper. And if I get another removal spell out of his hand, all the better. Probably going to go ahead and get rid of the creeper, because I can block the ogre, or the other one all day. This is another blind creeper. Okay, that's a little unfortunate, but wow. I need to draw creatures pretty badly here. Goblin War Wagon, not awful, not awful. Let's go ahead and play the War Wagon. Unfortunately, no attacks this turn, I don't think. Wow, you make that bet. You can make it a 3/3. So he'd be attacking me for 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. I don't want to take that. I'll probably have to arrest those bats, unfortunately. Unless I draw into one of my other black removal spells. Alright, my opponent is attacking with the wolf, which I don't like. Alright, so my opponent's attacking me for 6 here. I suppose the War Wagon could actually go ahead and just trade with the creeper. So I can try and recover from this abysmal board state. Okay, well that's actually going to have to be what I arrest. Alright, well that is a sight for sore eyes. So now, maybe back in this game. Arrest that. Still not going to attack, because I don't want the wolf to be super big. No, I think I have to attack. And then I can just take 2 off the wolf, and that's a race I'm winning. Well, I'll take 2 off the wolf and 3 from the bat, so 5. I'll hit back my opponent for 6. That's a race I can win. But yeah, drawing all that land was not good. Yeah, this is happening. Alright, my opponent has a spell he wants to play. Is this Tornado Elemental? Okay, yeah, that just gets rid of his bat. That's fine. Okay. So that was good. I can double block the elemental if I need to. With the Leadfoot and the Razor Golem, and block the wolf with the other creature. Yeah, that's gonna be what it is. Let's not block with him. Let's block with the Razor Golem. And I guess actually, yeah, the Leadfoot. The other card has a little bit more utility. Alright, so he wants to kill the Golem, that's fine. Please don't have Echoing Courage. Well, what just happened? Oh no, he just did the damage to me, right, okay. Does that mean I win? If I draw an artifact... No, I don't win. But that does seem silly. I think killing my creatures would have been a little more beneficial. Oh man, is this another big green dude? This is only when it becomes blocked, right? Yeah. Okay, that's not horrible. Basilisk Collar. There we go. So actually, I cannot... Actually, this is bad. None of my creatures have 4 power. So I'm going to have to double block. I can't afford to attack again. So let's just see what my opponent wants to do. I can instantly equip the sparring collar to whatever I need to. Not ideal. If I had a way of doing 9 damage... No. Let's see, I could sack the sparring collar. Okay, that doesn't really help my opponent. Although now it definitely means I cannot block. I cannot attack. Okay, that was probably a perfect draw. This means suddenly, if I block with that, so if I sack the Arcbound Stinger to the Clark Clan Shaman, I make it so now it's still only 9. It's still not enough damage total. My opponent can just take it and win on the backswing. So I don't think I'm going to be doing that. Yeah, definitely in a position here. Once my golem is at 4 power, though, this will be a much better situation for me. And if my opponent elects not to attack, I can start getting in with my 1/1 Arcbound Stinger. Hopefully my opponent has no way of gaining life, as that'd be very unfortunate. Oh man, my opponent's either getting reckless or has something. And nothing. Okay, I like drawing Spark Elemental. So let's see. Now I have 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. Now I have 13. I can sacrifice, well, I can sacrifice the Sparring Collar so that this creature can't block an Alpha Strike. My opponent is forced to... I have 3... Yeah, my opponent is forced to block. Well, hold on. And then I have the Vigilance creature. Okay, so that is going to be the plan. Let's first... We'll see if this blows up in my face or not. But I feel like I can't play the long game here. I guess I could have made it so that another one of my opponent's creatures couldn't block this turn. But I think I'd rather just kill them. Oh no, I needed to make it so more stuff couldn't block. Because now my opponent can just win. Ah, well. I needed to make it so 2 creatures couldn't block. I got a little too greedy. No, actually, this probably just was never going to work. I got a little too caught up in my own head. So my opponent can just take 10 or 9. Yeah. Alright. I just lost the game, unfortunately. Yeah, got a little tunnel vision on the Arcbound worker there. If I had a burn spell to clean it up, it'd be great. But no, I got a little too greedy. So I apologize for that. People back home. Yeah, it just doesn't matter. Alright. I'll see you guys in the next game.